One of the things I've been doing for the last 2 years that has really changed my life is fasting. So whether it's intermittent fasting, where I'm eating usually for my eating window might be 6 to 8 hours at most, and so the opposite of that, what is that, 16 to 18 hours I won't be eating. That's been phenomenal for me, saves me a lot of time. I think better. I'm not bogged down with food in my stomach at all times. I'm not peaking my insulin and producing fat. So a lot of benefits. But another one that I do is every once in a while I'll fast for 24 hours, even 48. To date, the most I've done is 61 hours, which is phenomenal, and I'm very active while I do it. Now, you may be thinking, if you've never fasted, that no way, if I go 3, 4, 5 hours without eating, I'll be completely shaky and jittery. I was like that too when I was dependent on constant consumption of food. But yeah, over time, if you do it little by little, your body really starts to learn how to burn its own fat. So a lot of videos out there about that, a lot of education you can get on it. And so I'm going to share with you that today I am going to eat. It's almost 7 p.m. I'm usually done eating by 7 p.m. Just got home from the gym. I'm going to have, it looks like a lot of food, but it's a small plate. I always serve myself on small plates. Not that I'm trying to eat less, but I just don't want to serve a big old fat plate. So it's rice, beef, mostly salad, some cheese, and a huge glass of water that I'll probably fill up again. So it's 7 p.m. almost. I'm going to stop at 7 p.m. and I will see how long I can make this last. I will check in and we'll see how I'm feeling. Getting ready to go to sleep soon. It's just before 10 o'clock. I was going to stop eating dinner at 7 p.m., but I really wanted to pile in the food, and so I kept eating till 7:30. Didn't overdo it, but I feel good, and obviously I'm full still a couple hours after it. Going to sleep is usually the easiest part when you're fasting, because you forget about food when you're asleep. One thing is, when I first heard about fasting, I thought that that's something that you could do, but you're probably moping around and just laying in bed all day. So for the next day or 2 or 3 or however long I go with this fast this time, I will be active. I'll still be running and working out and working and doing all the things that I normally would, and we'll see how it goes. Good morning. It's 6:42 a.m. and I obviously did not eat last night, and I noticed I lost quite a bit of weight, but I don't think it's from fasting. Last night I weighed 166.4, and let's check in this morning. All right, so lost almost 3 pounds, but that's just fluids from going to the bathroom overnight. So we will see what happens to the weight throughout the day. I don't fast specifically for weight loss at all, but it is kind of a side effect that you'll lose a little bit of weight. I do, however, drink unlimited water. I will drink black coffee. I'll drink green tea. Nothing with sugar or cream or anything like that. So I definitely stay hydrated. I'll also have water with salt, electrolytes, but obviously with no sugar or calories in it. That's very important. All right, let's start off with 20 push-ups. Just like I said last night, I remain quite active. Even though I'm fasting, I will be doing all my regular things. So this is a way I like to start the day, just to get the blood flowing. Today I went into my office. I don't go that often because I have a great team who operates things, but while I was there I was very busy. I had a few coaching calls and working with my team on things. So the entire time, zero hunger or very little quick glimpses of hunger, and they'd immediately go away because I was busy. It's 2 o'clock. I pulled into my driveway and into my garage, and the moment I got home, hunger started creeping up on me. So the key is to stay busy. That really helps fight those urges. And the irony is, it doesn't get worse. The hunger does not get worse. So you might be hungry at 16 hours, and then you might be hungry at 30 hours, but it's the exact same hunger. If you told me it just got worse and worse and you started crawling and you just couldn't walk, well, that's something different. You probably shouldn't be fasting. But this works for me because I've been doing it little by little, and I've been learning how to adapt to it, and I've gotten my body fat adapted so where it looks first to burn fat, and I'm not depending on the food that's going in my system. So still hanging tough and feeling great and forgetting about the food. All right, I made it. It is 7:50, so just past the 24-hour mark of not eating. I still haven't had anything. Many times today, I've had an urge to eat and I thought about it, and obviously I didn't do it because I made it. And right now I am about to go running with this guy, Adrian, my son, the runner. You can find him on Fit with Adrian on YouTube. And we are going to go run 6 miles right. Just finished 6-mile run. Not too fast, nice and steady, 9:48 per mile. Took 58 minutes to do it. And it's almost 9 o'clock. Gonna go shower, get ready for bed, and add an easy 8 hours of the fast because I'll be sleeping. Good morning, checking in and weighing in. Feeling good, and let's see if I've dropped some weight. $158.6, I'll take it. Okay, so still feeling good. Last night I ran 6 miles, and if you've never fasted, you're probably thinking, how's that possible? How can you run and survive and do everything you do when you don't eat? But you'd be really surprised. First time I heard about a friend fasting for 3 days, I couldn't believe it. I thought he was thrown on the couch for dead. But it's not like that. Today I will run 5 miles later this afternoon or this evening when I get a chance. And today I'm gonna function like normal. I've got a couple of coaching calls, so those are easy. That's pretty much sitting down or standing up at a computer. And I'll be moving around and doing all my regular day-to-day stuff. The only thing I won't be doing is eating. But I'll definitely be drinking a lot of water, putting a little bit of salt in that water. Let's see, black coffee, green tea. Again, no sugar, no cream. I don't put sugar in anything anyway, but definitely no cream. And last night I had a dream that I broke the fast on accident, that I picked up some food and put it in my mouth, and then that startled me, and I woke up this morning and realized it was just a dream, fortunately, so I can continue my streak going. All right, I will be checking in, and we'll see if I make it and how far I can go. You know what I really love about fasting? There are multiple things. Obviously, you can't do this forever because you gotta eat. But when you are in the thick of it, after a day or two, you just start realizing, here's one of the things, is how much mental clarity you have. You just think really sharp, you feel smarter. I don't know if it's an effect or if that's like something that happens because if you're out of food, you got to be sharper in order to find food, like something dating back from a long time before in humans, but definitely feel just sharp and quick. It's almost like food just bogs you down, and you know that feeling. Just think about Thanksgiving dinner. You have a big fat dinner, and the way you just feel lazy and you don't want to do anything, you're probably not your sharpest. You would probably do bad in an exam after a big fat meal. So imagine having those spikes and lowering of energy go away, and it's just a constant nice energy that's natural. It's a good feeling, and I get good results every time I do it. So that's just one tip. Another thing is you get a lot of time when you don't have to stop and eat. You don't realize how much time, I'm not going to say waste because we do need to eat, but just doing this every once in a while, how much time you free up. So yesterday I didn't eat at all. Today I'm not going to eat at all, and my day just gives me so much extra time. So if you have a really busy schedule, you have some big dates coming up and you're used to it, you've built up the endurance through intermittent fasting, you can maybe consider doing a little bit of a longer fast while you're dealing with something like that. Almost finishing with the second full day of fasting. Absolutely 0 calories still going, but I'll tell you what's the hardest thing. It's preparing dinner for these two and smelling it and watching them eat. Not easy. And today I went out with a friend to lunch, and I told him go ahead and do it. Obviously I warned him ahead of time. I said go ahead and eat. I'm not eating, I'm fasting. I had a cup of black coffee and a glass of water. So those are some of the challenges. I don't know if the willpower muscle gets any stronger if you pressure it, but I'm definitely flexing it and making it work. 51 hours down and ready to go to bed, and really wanting to go to bed this time. I feel a little weak, but I honestly don't think it's from the fasting, because this evening I ran 5 miles on the treadmill at about an 8:20 pace. So I was going pretty quickly, and on a treadmill, which I do not love doing that. I don't get energized because I don't see any scenery. So that was a little boring. Let's see. And then I did a lot of hot tub, sauna, steam room, kind of to stretch out and relax afterwards, but that was a lot of heat. So just feeling really tired. I weighed myself, I'm down to 157. So lost some weight there. But looking forward to wrapping it up tomorrow and eating, and I'm curious. I'm really curious how I'm going to feel in the morning, because by the time I get up in the morning, it'll be very close to my record of the most I've ever fasted, of 61 hours. So I'm looking forward to beating that and just feeling good. You know, you do these sacrifices one time, and that great feeling lasts you for a long time. And something I've learned is, you beat this challenge, which I set for myself. No one helped me set it. And then when you get approached in life with any other challenges, you're more likely to do them, because you say, remember that time, even if it was 10 years ago, that time that I beat that challenge, that I did this difficult thing, that lasts forever. No one ever takes that away from you, and you use it to get you past the next thing. Good morning. I've made it. I've made it to 61 hours. That's my record in fasting of all time, which I did about a year ago. And I'm not going to eat right now, because in about an hour I have a call with a client. That'll keep me busy for about an hour, 15 minutes possibly, in the setup and everything. And then I have a client coming to see me at noon. So kind of squeezes it in there too tight, and I really want to enjoy having my lunch and breaking the fast. So I probably won't be eating till about 1:30 today. So however many hours that is, that'll be my new record. Feel hungry? Yeah, absolutely I do. But I feel good. I feel more. Here's how I weigh it out. The psychological benefits of what I'm feeling right now outweigh the physical hunger that I feel. And I'll take that any day, because I'll forget the hunger after I eat, but I'm never gonna forget the success that I'm feeling right now. And as I said earlier, that's super important. That's what drives you past other challenges in the future. Let's see, this morning, I weighed in at 156 pounds. I started this a few days, 3 days, 2.5 days ago, however many it was. I started at 166. Okay, I've made it this far. So far, 65 hours of fasting. I haven't eaten anything. I broke my record, and I'm gonna break the fast now here at my favorite restaurant, one of my favorite restaurants. It's Sweet Tomato. It's a buffet, which sounds crazy after shrinking my stomach this much, that I'll go to a buffet, but I'm gonna have mostly just a little bit of salad, maybe a small soup, and that's it. No bread or anything like that, so it won't be too heavy, but very excited. Thanks for joining me on this path. It's been fun, and I feel really accomplished for having finished what I set out to do. Almost there. We'll be sitting down in a minute. Super excited to eat. Honestly, to be honest, I can go another day or 2 or 3, whatever is necessary, but I'm good. I don't have very much body fat to burn anyway, so excited to eat, and at my favorite place. All right, this is it. I'm gonna eat for the first time. And notice my plate. This is very typical for me. I try to eat a lot of greens. I eat salad. I've really learned to love it, or loved it from the beginning. I don't know, but I love eating things that are healthy for me. You would think, you hear people say, you know, I deserve it, so I'm gonna give myself debt, or I deserve it, I'm gonna give myself fast food or chocolate or whatever it is. I deserve it, so I'm gonna give myself healthy food, which is only gonna make me better and stronger and feel better and have more energy. That's one way to look at it. So I will leave you now as I taste my first bit of food in the last 3 days. Okay, so I did it. I had lunch, and I feel fantastic. Made it to my goal, and I hope to hear from you guys in the comments. Please share if you've ever fasted. What's the longest period you fasted? But I wouldn't count stomach aches or religious reasons or anything like that. But if you've ever intentionally fasted, and I'd love to hear your tips and how that went for you. And if you have fasted, let me know how many days or how many hours you've done it. And if you think I'm crazy for doing this, let me know about that as well. And like always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing much crazier things, and I'd like you to see and be a part of that with me.